I'm doing a bit of a different type of video today. I think it has a chance to be completely awful or one of the best videos I've ever made. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give my predictions of what I think is going to happen in the play-in tournament. And for every game that I get wrong, I'm going to have to try some person's nasty food concoction.
Sardines with Louisiana hot sauce.
I used to get some vanilla ice cream and put ketchup on it.
It's not too out there, but I like to eat like potato chips and chocolate together.
It smells so bad. Whoever thought of this should be indicted on war crimes. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm doing a bit of a different type of video today, something a little different than what I normally do. But I think it has a chance to be completely awful or one of the best videos I've ever made. So work with me, we're going to experiment with this a little bit. I'm about to film a super team video that should be out soon. But right now, I want to give my predictions of what I think is going to happen in the play-in tournament. But that's not all, because that would be boring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give my predictions of what I think is going to happen in the play-in tournament. And for every game that I get wrong, for every single game that I get wrong, I'm going to have to try some person's nasty food concoction. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out in public and I'm going to ask people what is their favorite, they have to actually enjoy it, food concoction that most other people would think is disgusting or do think it's disgusting because they've had other people try it. So there is a bit of Russian roulette involved here, like a little luck involved here, because I could get somebody's concoction and it turns out like I really like it. Like it could sound really weird and then I taste it and it's nice. But then there's guaranteed to be some psychos out there that their favorite snack on a Wednesday is like a pickle dipped in Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Okay? There's going to be something that is going to make me want to vomit. So let's just get into it. Let's go to our first matchup. It's going to be Lakers Timberwolves. I do want the Lakers to win. I do think the Lakers are going to win, but there's more reasons beyond me just being a Laker fan. They've looked really good with the pieces they brought in since they got rid of Westbrook and brought other pieces in. They look really good. They look deep. You know, you have obviously LeBron James. You have Anthony Davis, who has been dominant, which they need him to be in the playoffs if they want any chance. They need him to be dominant. But now you have guys that can put up points alongside them. When you have guys like that on the roster, it makes me feel a lot better. And I didn't even mention D'Angelo Russell, who's our starting point guard and has looked really good. He's going to give you hopefully like 15 to 20 every game. And if he does that with some assists, I think they can go really far. On the other hand, for the Timberwolves, their 82nd game of the season, final game of the season, was incredibly unnecessarily dramatic, very entertaining. And a game you would never know that they won if you just hear the things I'm about to say. They won this game, okay? They had these two teammates, Kyle Anderson and Rudy Gobert. Kyle Anderson called Rudy Gobert something in the huddle, and then Rudy Gobert responded by punching him with the weakest punch I've ever seen. Basically pushed him in the chest, and the team removed him from the game, sent him home. They also had a player, Jaden McDaniels, punch a brick wall and fractured his fist, fractured his hand. Rudy Gobert is now suspended by the team for the Lakers game. Jaden McDaniels is probably out for the rest of their season because I don't see them going past the first round. One of the most underrated defensive players in the league. And he's gone. He's not going to be able to play the series. You know, they could really could have used that against the Lakers. Who's going to guard LeBron? I don't know. You know, Ant's going to get his points, but I just don't see a way where the Timberwolves overcome what the Lakers can do. The 7-8 matchup in the East would be Miami against Atlanta. Jimmy Butler is going to turn it up a level in the playoffs. He does it every year. It's going to happen. I'm not sure how much I am a believer in what he said today. No one's picking us for a deep run. I think people should. I don't know if I'm picking them for a deep run. I'm being honest. I don't see it with the guys they're starting. I don't know. You're starting I think Kyle Lowry got benched now. They're starting someone else at point guard. I can't remember his name. It's Gabe something. It's Gabe Vincent. And he's been playing like okay, but this team has been relatively disappointing this season. But this team, as it's constructed, I think might have hit their peak. But as far as this game, I still take them over Atlanta. Atlanta is just an incredibly like middle of the road mediocre team, like historically mediocre. You have solid pieces. Clint Capella is a good center. You know, you have Dejounte Murray, a good point guard, really good point guard. But I think, especially in the playoffs, there are limitations to what that two very similar type of guards can do together. I think we saw that with the Blazers and Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Them having home court advantage on top of having playoff Jimmy is enough for me to feel confident that I'm going to pick Miami. On to the 9-10 matchups in the West. That is New Orleans now, who really fumbled the bag, which no one's talking about this part of it. It's okay, real quick. It's New Orleans against OKC. No one's talking about the Pelicans had all that happen. Rudy Gobert punching his own teammate. Jay McDaniels punching a wall. Brandon Ingram putting up 45 points, I think it was 45 points. It was definitely 40 plus, and they still lost. All of that pressure is going to be on Brandon Ingram's back to win this game, basically. And I think the same is true with Shea. And to me, I believe more in Shea, who's been an all-NBA level player this season, where Brandon Ingram's been good, but hasn't been that. And superstar power, to me, matters in the playoffs. That's why I'm picking playoff Jimmy. That's why I'm picking the Heat over Atlanta. And that's why I'm picking the Thunder to upset the Pelicans, eliminate them from the playoffs, and keep their hopes alive heading into a matchup with the Timberwolves for the 8th seed. Raptors, Bulls. Bulls have played really well the last last few weeks. They've played really well. I just don't know. I don't know how much I trust the team to succeed in the playoffs that's playing DeMar DeRozan at power forward. You know, if they play Scotty Barnes at the 3, that means what? Zach LaVine has to guard Scotty Barnes. I don't know that that's not that good of a matchup for the Bulls. Still, I'm actually like, I thought I had it figured out, but I'm convincing myself out of it. I was gonna go with the Bulls, but I actually don't know. I feel like the matchup problems are gonna be an issue for the Bulls, so I'll take the Raptors. And home court advantage, I think it'll be a close game, but I'll take the Raptors. Next time you see me, I'm going to be... How am I going to structure this? I'm going to be back here. And then you're going to see me. If I get stuff wrong, you're going to see me interview some people. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm so confident in my predictions here. I'm going to make my prediction now. And it gives a higher chance of you guys seeing me punished, I guess. So, you know, good for you. Good for my content. Win all around. All right. I'm going to go in the West. I think the Timberwolves are going to there is so much noise in the locker room right now. I think they come out looking really bad against the Lakers and they look demoralized against the Thunder. And I think Shea is going to capitalize on that. And Shea takes the Thunder out of the 10 seed and gets them into the playoffs. Yeah. I'm going to stick with it. I feel good. I feel good about that. And then in the East, again, superstar power carries a lot for me. They're going to have home court advantage. And Trae Young is like a borderline superstar. Obviously, anybody who ends up as the 8 seed is going to lose to Milwaukee anyways. But yeah, I'm going to go Hawks. And I'm going to stick with my pick of the Thunder. I'm confident in that. And I'm feeling good. So we'll be back with the punishments, I guess. Because I won't be back to record my predictions before the 9-10 matchup. So I'll see you in a sec. All right, it's Friday. I'm here in Tempe on ASU's beautiful campus to ask my fellow students what their favorite gross food concoctions are that I'm gonna have to try, because I already got 2 of the games wrong, so guaranteed at least 2 of the punishments, or no, actually 3 of the punishments, because tonight's games that haven't happened yet, the final play-in games. The East I guaranteed got wrong because I predicted the Hawks to win that game, and they're already in. But I still have hope in the West. The only games I've gotten right so far have been in the West. And I did predict the Thunder for tonight. Hopefully that still comes true. But first, I'm going to ask, well, I guess technically also a fellow student, my beautiful camera woman, my beautiful girlfriend. She is going to give us my first punishment. Because she's got a pretty, at least to me, pretty gross one. Why don't you tell them?
My weird concoction or food combo is sardines with Louisiana hot sauce, which I guarantee you is delicious.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Have an open mind.
Anyways, so that's the first punishment. I already know I don't know I'm gonna hate it. I've never had sardines. Just the thought of having sardines that have been sitting in a broth in a can on a shelf and just putting like hot sauce on it and being like, yeah, that's my snack. That sounds gross in my mind, but I'm open-minded, not hopeful for it though. So we're gonna try that later, but I need some more punishments, and then we're gonna see what happens in the games later tonight, and then I'm gonna have to eat it. Anyways, let's get to it. So I'm here with
EJ.
Nice to meet you. What is your craziest food concoction that you actually like 2 or more things that you put together you actually like but most people would think is pretty gross?
Shit, that's a good question, because I'm kind of a picky eater. I don't know, it's not too out there, but I like to eat like potato chips and chocolate together.
Potato chips and chocolate. I've never heard of that. Okay, that seems pretty interesting. What is your grossest food combo that you actually would enjoy?
I would say I used to get some vanilla ice cream and put ketchup on it.
Vanilla ice cream.
Eat it.
Okay, all right. You don't got anything?
Nothing like that.
Nothing
no.
like that. Okay, it doesn't have to stack up to that. That one's like the worst I've heard so far. So
Some of my friends, I didn't eat it, but they would do like carrots and mustard or carrots and chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
That's some weird ones. I didn't eat that, but
All right, I can use it. Are you sure that wasn't yours? You're just too shy.
Absolutely.
All right, I guess I'll trust you. All right, I won't judge you too much if that was yours.
It wasn't.
Okay,
Thank
all right.
you.
Thank you, I appreciate it, guys.
Approximately 10 hours later.
All right, you already know how the games went. They didn't go my way. It's 2 for 6. I mean, the Heat did end up winning the game tonight, which counts for something, I guess. Not really. Doesn't remove me from a punishment, but it counts a little bit. At least they ended up making the playoffs. But I didn't pick the right team for the right game, so I'm not gonna count it. I still got to eat a punishment. And you heard those? There's some nasty stuff. And we're gonna start off with and this one's dedicated to her, Miss DeAr DeRozan right there. This one's dedicated to her for making the Raptors lose. I very much appreciate it. That was really entertaining, I will say that. But this sardine and hot sauce monstrosity that I'm about to have is thanks to her. So let's get to it. Oh. You can't see what she's doing off screen. She smelled the can. Goes, that smells good. Her family literally makes her eat this outside. It smells so bad. Okay. You just eat it? Okay. I'm just gonna eat. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's not good. I'll tell you that. It's not good. It smells so bad. Part of taste is smell. I could not eat this without. I would need like a nose plug. I gotta finish a whole one though. Because it's not real if I don't finish a whole one. Not a whole. I'm not finishing a whole can. I mean a whole sardine. Okay, that's enough. Not as horrible as I thought it would be, but it's definitely not good. Can I get a nap? But yeah, I mean, Raptors outplayed the Bulls in all facets of the game, other than other than just at the free throw line. So you know, that ended up coming back to Goat's face against the Heat. Heat made enough of their free throws, came back at the end of the game, and I think the better team ended up winning, although they looked horrible. Especially Bam, dude. Bam looked awful. Made like either one or two field goals the whole game. Crazy. And speaking of the Heat, they're the reason I'm gonna have to try this chips and chocolate concoction in a second. Yeah, them just like the only playing game that really wasn't competitive, other than tonight's Thunder and Timberwolves game that we're gonna get to in a second. Them just not being competitive at all in that game is gonna cost me, because I don't know what's going on with them. That team is just beyond Jimmy is not what we thought it was gonna be. Yeah, so I don't know. But them falling is why I'm gonna have to try this chips and chocolate sauce. She didn't specify. I should have asked. She didn't specify whether it was chocolate, like Hershey's chocolate on a chip, or chocolate sauce. It made more sense to me that it's chocolate sauce, so that's what we're gonna do. I feel like that might actually make it worse though, because I don't really like chocolate ice cream sauce. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a fair shot, because I feel like out of all of them, this one might be the best. Like the chance of being the best. It's not horrible. Surprisingly not horrible. Would I ever have it? No. But it's not awful, honestly. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. Alright. Alright, we got one horrible one on docket. We got one passing grade. Passing grade on this one. You want to try it? She's shaking her head no. All right, and the third one, I just had an awful idea, because okay, this is for the default matchup today for the Heat. Even though I predicted the Heat over the Bulls like today, that didn't count for when I predicted it a few days ago, and that's only what I'm counting right now. So so to me, I didn't think the carrots with the chocolate or the carrots with the mustard were bad enough, because carrots are just kind of like a medium. You can put like any sauce on it and it'll be fine. Like it'll be okay. It's not great. It's not a chip, right? But you can dip it in hummus. It's good. You can dip it in ranch. It's good. You can dip it in a lot of things. It'll be good. So I'm gonna regret doing this. Mustard and chocolate sauce at the same time. Oh, this one might be the worst. This one might be worse than what's coming up. Although I can't imagine what's worse than what's about to come up. But oh, why did I could have just gotten away eating carrots and mustard, carrots and chocolate sauce. I could have just gotten away with that. Why do I have to do this to myself? Okay, I don't hate mustard, but it's not my favorite either. It don't matter. I can do this. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Okay. Honestly, the swallowing right now was the worst part. At the start, all you can taste is the mustard, so it wasn't that bad. But now I'm tasting like the chocolate and the mustard at the same time, and it's bad. It's bad. I'll get one more for you guys. Don't say I don't do nothing for you. You want to try? No, I thought not. You're not very helpful. I swear to God, this video better do well, or else I'm gonna eat this for like 100 viewers and look stupid. I'm gonna look stupid anyway, that's fine, I guess. Okay. Okay. I'm done. Alright, and the one that is for the last playing game that we saw, the absolute blowout. I really thought OKC was gonna have it. Kyle Anderson and Rudy Gobert got together a lot better than I thought they would. Just 2 games removed from what happened, but you know, it is what it is. OKC did not come out good. Shea came out a little flat. Josh Giddey was bad. And the reason why I'm gonna have to eat this. Oh god, probably the worst one. We'll see. Ice cream and ketchup. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? It's all like coagulated in the ice cream too. It didn't even like spread across. I can't. Oh my god. Whoever thought of this should be indicted on war crimes. Why? Alright. Hopefully for my sake, my future predictions don't end up going so bad. Cause I don't wanna I really don't wanna have to find even worse ones, to be honest, because I really don't even feel like that was the worst of the worst it possibly could have been, although I can't imagine something worse than ketchup and ice cream. I almost got it right. My thing of a psycho liking pickles, dipping a pickle in ice cream, I was halfway there. I still taste the sardines. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna give my full playoff predictions. First round in the West, now that everything is centered out, we know what teams are facing which. I'm going to go Nuggets, obviously, over the Timberwolves. Timberwolves look good, but it was against the Thunder. 7-game series. Give me Nuggets in 5. I think Timberwolves will get 1. If I get the team wrong, that's 1 punishment. If I get the games wrong, that's also 1 punishment. So if I get the team wrong and the amount of games wrong, that's two punishments for the future video. That's just setting me up. There's only 1 in 4 chance I get the games right, but that's the way I'm doing it. I said it. I guess we're gonna do that. So Nuggets in 5. Grizzlies, Lakers. Look, my heart says Lakers, but also my head says Lakers. It'll be a tough series, but I really do think the Lakers, if D'Angelo Russell plays to what he can be and not how he played in the play-in game, I think the Lakers can take this in 6. So I'm gonna take Lakers in 6 in that one. Kings, Golden State. I was leaning Kings, to be honest, just because they're going to have home court advantage and Golden State has been an awful road team this year. But I do think playoff experience is going to come in. And I also think Sacramento really didn't end the season great, especially defensively. So I think I'm going to take the Warriors in 6. Because if it goes 7, I feel like the Kings would win at home. Suns, Clippers, I think the Suns take it pretty easy. I think Suns in 5. I'll give the Clippers 1 game, but I think Suns take it in 5. And then in the semifinals, or the conference semifinals, I'm going to take the Suns over the Nuggets. I think the Suns with Kevin Durant are the favorite to me in the West. I think most people would have them as a favorite in the West. It's going to be a tough series. Obviously, you got Nikola Jokic, who might win the MVP. And then you have Kevin Durant, who's been putting up an MVP season. If he had been on the Suns team all year and was healthy all year, I think he has a very good case at MVP considering his numbers. But yeah, I feel good with him along with Devin Booker. And then you have Chris Paul, who's no slouch. I know he hasn't been like a Chris Paul year, what we've seen from him over the past 15 years, but he still had an underratedly good year. So I'll take the Suns in 7 over the Nuggets. And then Lakers, Warriors is tough. You got the defending champs. You have LeBron and Anthony Davis, who won a championship a few years ago. Very different team, though. Look, I swear I'm not just being a Lakers stan here. Even my head, I believe the lack of success on the road is going to cost you, because I think LeBron can steal you 1 game on the road. But I only think 1 game on the road. So I feel like this is a series that goes 7 also. No, 6. Sorry, 6. Because they still won. Yeah. I'll take 6. Western Conference Finals, you get Suns, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and the Lakers. Look, my heart says Lakers, obviously, but if I'm betting with my head, and I guess I am betting with part of my head, I'm betting with my tongue right now, I would have to say the Suns. I really would. Just a little more confident in what I've seen them do, rather than with the Lakers. Honestly, the thing that holds me back with the Lakers is the coaching. I really think that's the difference maker in a series like that. In a series that to me goes 7 games. Give me 7 games in that, and I think the 7th game really comes down to a close game where the coaching, the rotations, all of that, it really is the difference. And then in the East, 1 seed, easily Bucks. I know, we get to see these play-in teams, and some of them show a little something. We might be more excited about them, but the Bucks, I think, take this series easily, especially with like the past 2 games we've seen from the Heat. I don't think they stand a chance. Jimmy Butler's going to do all he can, but I think this is in 4. Bucks take it. 2 seed Celtics against the 7 seed Hawks. Again, I would take that pretty easy. 4-game series, I would take the Celtics. And then 3 76ers against the Nets. Again, these matchups in the East, these top matchups in the East, aren't going to be competitive in the first round unless something really surprising happens. I don't think this series is any different. Obviously, the Nets traded away Kevin Durant, traded away Kyrie Irving. They're non-competitive. They know that. I'm surprised they ended up being able to stay as a 6 seed in the East, so I'm a little impressed with that. But yeah, this team just has nothing to compete with this James Harden and Joel Embiid team, so I think this is easy in 4 also. Then the only good matchup in the East in the first round, 4 seed, 5 seed, Cavs, Knicks. It's a tough series for me. This is probably the toughest series for me out of the first round to predict. I think I'm going to go Cavs. I know they're a young team, but I don't know. I don't trust necessarily Julius Randle and this Knicks team in the playoffs either. So I think I'm going to take what I know, and what I know is Donovan Mitchell performs in the playoffs. We know that from when he was on the Jazz. I know that. You know that. I'm going to take him in this series. I'm going to be confident that he can raise the level of play, get his teammates ready for this series, and I'll take them in 6. On to the second round. Sticking with the Cavs, it'll be Cavs against the Bucks. Again, I think the youth comes into play here without a doubt. You have a championship team from a few years ago versus an extremely young, up and coming, but extremely young team. I feel confident with Giannis that they take care of business in 5 against the Cavs. A young Cavs team that has potential for the future, but not quite this year. And then 2 seed, 3 seed, Celtics, 76ers might be the best series of the second round, at least. Look, it's hard not to be confident that the Celtics team can do something. They went to the finals last year, and for good reason, and their team is still mostly intact. But I think the competition in the East is a little greater now. James Harden and Joel Embiid have been together for a year longer now. And I really love the depth that the 76ers have. And it's a tough series, but I think I'll take 76ers in 7. Upset the Celtics to go and face the Bucks in the conference finals. And in those conference finals, I don't know. I still don't know what team. I flip-flop every day, I feel like. And it's really going to depend on what they show in these playoffs. Because even if these two teams get to this point in the exact path that I predict, which is probably not going to happen, but if that happens, I could still feel different than how I'm going to predict today based on how they play against the opponents come up to that point. But I feel like the potential is greater with the 76ers because I don't know that Chris Middleton is going to be what he was in that playoff run. So really, Chris Middleton needs to score, and I don't know that I'm confident in him to do that over, like, sustain that over a series. So I'll take the 76ers in 6 over the Bucks. That makes our finals matchup the Suns and the 76ers. And look, I think the best player in the series is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant might be the best player in the world behind Giannis. But just like with Giannis, I think the depth that the Suns had to give up to get Kevin Durant, that lack of depth now is going to show in a series against the 76ers, who do have quite a bit of depth. They have quite a few guys that can contribute. So if I had to pick between these teams, I'm going to predict 7 just because I want a classic series. I want a great series. I don't want a series that's a sweep or anything like that. I'm going to predict 7, and I'm going to take the 76ers to finally bring a championship back to Philadelphia after Philadelphia has suffered some championship woes the past year. They lost like 3 championships within like a month or 2. They lost 3 championships. So I think the 76ers break that rut and bring a championship home for the first time since the Eagles did it, I guess not too long ago. That was a few years ago. For those predictions, once the playoffs are completely over, I will do the punishments because I'm sure I'm not going to get it 100% right. That would be great, but it's not going to happen. Depending on how this video does, hopefully I'll be getting other people from ASU again, or from anywhere. It doesn't have to be on campus. I could go anywhere. But if this does really well and I get a good response to this I could, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. I could have you guys, I could make a Discord and have you guys recommend what food combos I have to try, but you guys have to actually like it. I don't know how I'm gonna verify that. Maybe I make you guys like show on camera that you actually eat this thing, then I'll eat it. But I might do that. I might do that. Just a little way to get the community involved. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for watching if you did make it this far. And thank you for enjoying my pain. I'm glad it made good content for you. I appreciate you being here. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Hopefully I do better on these predictions than the 2-4 record I had in the play-in, and I guess, I mean, we'll just have to see, I guess. I cannot believe you like sardines and hot sauce. That's crazy. Anyways, all right. Later. Bye.